Hey there, welcome to Caffeinated Crafting. My name is Daniela, known as Caffeinated Girl around the interwebs. I hope you guys are doing awesome. It's been just a minute since I recorded last. It's been a little busy in a good way. Had lots of fun things to do on the weekends, and so there's just not been time to record for you guys. But I have a lot to talk about and to show off, so let's get it going. And I just remembered there's one more thing up there that I'm gonna have to get down. Just a second. There we go. I got my next knit crate in, and I want to show you that. So I think I have everything on hand now. We got kitties in the background. We had Aiden's birthday party today. So he is recovering a little, and the kitties are all like, oh my god, all the people are finally gone. And so while I have the opportunity, I thought I would just sit down and have a chat. So let's see, it has been a minute. There has not been a whole lot of knitting because there has been a whole bunch of sewing instead, which is pretty exciting, right? I did knit some little hats for Kiddos. These are all knit out of Yarn Pirate. I have my tag here. At least I left it here on the table. It's a little, Yarn Pirate. The colorway is called Ava. It's Superwash Merino. Here it is. Yarn Pirate. It was deep dark stash of my friend Suzanne. It's not even my deep dark stash though. It's been in my stash for probably a couple of years, but it was in her stash way before then. So, and I also have Unplanned Peacock in it. I held the fingering weight doubled, and then when I used the gray, it's a DK, so I held it single. This colorway is called Slate. Very pretty gray. This was to fulfill the house challenge for Pugwudgie House for the Ilvermorny group on Ravelry that I'm in. And so the challenge was to either knit something heart related, a heart motif, pattern with a heart, or to knit something for a charity close to your heart, and it had to be 300 yards. And if you used Pugwudgie colors, you got bonus points. I have to tally them all up. I'm head of house for Pugwudgie. So anyway, these are my 6 hats. I used the Yarn Pirate yarn, which is this gray. This is all the Yarn Pirate, and then this is the DK. So it was gray, red, and white, kind of a variegated. I found it very interesting that, and here I used more of the gray. Here is a slightly different stitch count, and look how different it looks. And I mean like maybe 4 stitches different. It looks almost like a gray stripe with the variegated here, and then this one is also slightly, so you can see the variegated part, how different it looks depending on the slight, just tiny bit of stitch count difference. They're all slightly different sizes because I just made them up as I went. They're just ribbed rims with stockinette tops. And all together I used 300 yards. And there's 6 hats, and it's June, which means I'm caught up for my 1 hat a month for Hat for Kiddos. Because I was a slacker, I've not been following my prompts. If you're interested in following the monthly prompts Allie and Vicky have going on over in the Knit Your Books podcast group, you can do that. Also keep in mind that as of August, I will be kicking off the hat drive here in my group, also for Hats for Kiddos. I'm going to run it from August 1st first week in August. I'm not sure which day I'll be able to record. First week in August through October 30. Is it October 31st or November 31st? I'm going to say October 31st until I talk to Allie to make sure I have them before she needs them. And I'm excited to say we've had a couple of prizes already donated. So for that knit along, I'm going to pull some more. I'm going to shop the stash and pull out some awesomeness. But some already awesomeness. We have Green Elephant hand dyed yarn, who's an indie dyer from Ireland. These are both indie dyers from Ireland, and they were sent to us so I could share them with you. I'm super excited. This is Gym Nut. It is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, and it's 425 meters of a 4-ply sock. Isn't it cute? It's really soft. You've got this gray with these lime green and bright aqua blues in it. It's really soft too. And it is from Green Elephant hand dyed yarn. I love the label. It's so cute. And then this one is from the Moon and Sixpence hand dyed yarn. The colorway is Cosmic. It's 75%, Cosmic Rainbow, my bad. It's 75% merino, 25% nylon, superwash sock. Also 425 meters. And isn't it pretty? And once again, super cute label. Sixpence. The Moon and Sixpence hand-dyed yarn. So thank you. You know who you are for sending these so I can share them with my awesome viewers. So the first 2 prizes for Hats for Kiddos starting in August. Now, you know, if you want to start knitting them now, I don't care. Start knitting them now. As long as you send them to me, I'll count them. I don't care. Knit them wherever you want. I'm going to do the same as last year, I think. Okay, we'll do this. Every 2 hats that you send to me get you an entrance to win prizes. There's going to be some more awesome prizes, so you guys want to get in on this. Trust me. So I'm going to write myself a note of that so I don't change that later. Hats for Kiddos. Every 2 hats gets an entry. And they just have to be to me by October 31st. That's Halloween. Unless I let you know later that they can be here later. I think Allie needs them. So I know she needs them sometime in November, but I'm not sure when in November. So let's just say October 31st. They need to be to me, and that'll be great. Send me lots of hats, folks. I need lots of hats. Let's get them babies some hats. So most of the hats will be 0 to 3-year-olds. They are for those of you who are new. My friend Allie, Crafty Allie, who has the Knit Your Books podcast along with Nitty Vicky. We're doing a hat drive. She works for Tennessee Early Intervention Services here in Middle Tennessee. And we started a hat drive 4 years ago, I think. So every year we collect hats so that she and her company have enough hats to give them to all the kids in their program. And they serve, I think, 6 counties in Middle Tennessee. In the past, when we've had extra hats, we also make sure all the siblings get a hat because we don't want to have one hat for a child and then not one for the other. We've also given them to the Girl Scouts to send off in care packages. When we have gotten bigger hats, we give them to homeless shelters. We have donated them to elementary schools. So if you don't want to make teeny tiny hats, if you have hats that you've knit and don't have a home for, even if they're a little bigger, send them. You'll get credit. We will find a hat, find a person to wear that hat to keep warm. Enjoy it. Do keep the yarn washable. Either use acrylic or superwash, because we don't want folks to have a hard, or cotton. That would be fine too. Although, not sure how good that would be for winter time. I would say acrylic or superwash. In the past, we have had people sew up hats, like the little hats out of fleece. If you want to sew some hats out of fleece, okay, send them here. That'll totally get you points too. It doesn't have to be knit or crochet. It can be sewn hats as well. So get those to me by October 31st. You can PM me on Ravelry to get my address if you need it. And every 2 hats that you send gets you an entry. Those are the first 2 prizes. There's going to be a whole bunch more. I'm going to take a little break recording from now until that first week in August. And that first week in August, I'm going to show you all the awesome prizes. Just saying, it's going to be awesome. You're going to want to get in on this. Speaking of prizes, this slacker lady, and I'm usually really on top of it, but this time I wasn't, and I am sorry. This slacker lady needs to award Neon April prizes. Well, we extended it to the end of May, so that only means I'm like 2 weeks late. So it's not quite as bad as it sounds, but so we excuse me, we have winners. Lucy, who is Lucci Lucy, is getting this awesome skein of Highland Handmaids. It is Heather's Dilemma on 50% superwash merino, 50% tinsel. It's 415 yards of awesome. Lucy, send me a PM with your address and I'll get this in the mail to you. Let's see, who else we got? Phoenix Fire. Now, Lucy and Phoenix Fire is Tracy. They both knit like a whole bunch of stuff, like several items, and you should go check them out because they're pretty. Tracy, Phoenix Fire, had knit some awesome socks, like 2 pairs of awesome socks, and the sweater that's white that has neon pops around the top. Oh my God, it's so pretty. So pretty. And Lucy, my favorite hat is the one, actually the one that won. It's a swirled piece hat. Color work, really pretty. Really pretty. So, okay, Phoenix Fire Tracy, you win this super awesome skein of Drag Queen on Soliloquy by Leading Men Fiber Arts. It is 657 yards of 100% British superwash BFL. Send me a PM with your address, Tracy. And last but not least, La Jolla Girl, who is Nancy, wins this gorgeous heritage print sock in the colorway 04, because, you know, can't give it a name. I got it. I thought it looked like irises, the colorway to me. And I love a purple and green together anyway. This is what it'll knit up like. So, PM me on Ravelry, send me your address, and I will get these out to you. Alright, so that housekeeping's done. Finished. Other things. Finished. The other things that I have been working on have been finished. The other finished things are sewing. So I have a whole bunch of mug rugs and a table runner or wall hanging. Not sure what I'll do with it. I can't remember if I showed this. I don't think so. Well, I showed it in progress. So here it is finished. It's my first time doing applique, so the flowers are appliqued on, and then I put the border on since I've shown it. Can't remember if I had the butterflies. I think I had the butterflies started, but not as many on there. So here we go. I'm going to hang this up on the wall like this rather than use it as a table runner. I really like how it turned out. It was a piece for practice and learning new technique. which is a good way to go. All right, for more practice, so I joined the Quilt Guild, and I think I mentioned that in the last episode, back in April, and they have a block of the month, and it's like to learn a new technique every month. And so one of the months was Dresden plates. So this is my first Dresden plate. I made a mug rug out of it. And then I made 2 more Dresden plates because I can't stop and I love them. This one I cut kind of wonky and it's not sewn very neatly. But, oh well. This one looks good, right? Like the fabric that I have in the middle with the kitty. It's cute, right? This one I did a better job. So actually what I did with these 2, I had bound them with, They were practice. And I didn't like how it looked, and actually I did the same thing on the table runner wall hanging thing. They were my first time binding anything, and I didn't like how it ended up looking. So what I did is I cut it off and redid it. And second time it looks much better, but then because I cut them off, that meant, although this one it looks fine, see some of the Dresden plates cut off, covered up, and then this one it's crooked. See how it's kind of shifted this way? It's a mug rug, it'll be fine. I'm gonna use it at home. I won't give this one to anybody. But then I also have this one, which looks great. And I think those are the only Dresden plates I have. Yes. I got on a huge, I started and can't stop, English paper piecing hexie kick though. Y'all, I can't stop. I've already given some away as gifts. And here's some more. I made a mug rug out of this one. This one was my first practice piece. And then I made this one. And I've got more in process. I love this technique. Absolutely love it. I like the portability of it, that you can use tiny little scraps up. It's fantastic. These 3 are getting donated to, well, along with these, I have 2 more. They're getting donated to the Quilt Guild to be used as door prizes when we have our quilt show in November. So if you're in the area and you want to come to a quilt show, it's November, I think 9th and 10th here in Cookeville, come to our quilt show. You might get one of these as a door prize. There's plenty of other good things too though. I tried my hand at tumbling blocks. Didn't really like them. This is not my thing, but it's done and there it is. And this is my first attempt at flying geese. I did really well, except, let me show where, okay. So I didn't extend my white fabric out enough down here. So then when I got up here, I had like a gap with no fabric. So I had to cover it up with a piece, but that cut these geese off a little bit up here, which made it not quite as nice as it could be. The back's super fun too though. But as a mug rug, I think it works. I'm going to redo all these techniques with batiks. These are actually supposed to be turned into a sampler quilt, which will be then hung up at the quilt show. There's several, like a whole bunch of us doing them, but I wanted them all kind of, the motifs to kind of match. So I'm going to use batiks, and then that way I know they will. I was trying to use kind of the same fabrics. I'm sure you can tell, but I don't have that much of those, and I wanted it to be more uniform. So I decided to turn these into mug rugs for the quilt show and then redo them in batiks that will actually go together much better. Now this one I also did was also one of those block of the month, but I'm keeping this one because I'm in love. So this one is a pineapple, and I bound it now. I have learned that, okay, so this stuff, So I bought this. No, that's not the right one. Sorry. Oh, reach. I'm too short. Okay, yeah, here. So I bought these thinking, okay, I need a bind quilt. This is what you're supposed to use, right? Bias tape, wide, single fold. I also bought some skinnier ones because I thought, well, that's what you should use for when you have a smaller project, right? They suck so bad. Let me tell you, when you make your own bias tape with fabric, one, it looks so much better. It's prettier because you're using pretty fabric, and it's so much easier to sew. I'm gonna finish using up what I bought. I have like hot pink, and then I have a whole bunch of different beige ones for little projects, but I will never buy these things again. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. They're not worth it. They are not even a little bit worth it. So this one I'm keeping, and the other ones are all getting donated. Except the wonky one. I'm keeping the wonky one too because it's wonky. Might give it to Mama. She'll love it regardless, right? Yeah. That's my finished objects for the last month and a half, I think. My in progress pieces. So I took a quilt class last Saturday, not yesterday, last week on Saturday, and this is called the Dimensions quilt, and I have the center part done now, but I still need to do the border. So here it is in all its beautiful glory. Can you see that? I have no idea if you can see that. I'm presuming you can. Doesn't it look cool? The cool thing I thought was it's all just little partial log cabins. See? Can you see that right here? That's the quilt block. So I made a whole bunch of those and then had the triangles. But then when you put it together, because of the way it's laid out, it looks super complicated. Not that it was easy for a new sewer. I mean, this is the first time I've ever followed a pattern. And I still have to finish the border, of course. But it was way easier than... It's a good bang for your buck. It looks good. I love the batiks. And then I also have some... It was some Cafe Facet fabric. The florals that I'd been hoarding for just the right thing. And I think this was just the right thing. Isn't it gorgeous? So pretty. So that is my in progress. Maybe next time it'll be done. And then also in progress is my shawl that I have been working on forever and a day. This has got to get finished this week. I'm not going to let myself sew on anything else until this is finished. And of course I'm in the middle of a row because why would I not be in the middle of a row, right? It's my Pearl Break. This pattern is by Stephen West. It's the Daybreak without purling. So it's garter instead of stockinette. My yarns are, this one is by Orange Jellyfish Dream, is the hibiscus colorway. And then I also have this gradient that started off with this dark blue and now it's working its way here. And it was, I think, Full Moon. Yeah, Full Moon. And it's by Moon Holler, who's unfortunately not dying anymore. The other one was Orange Jellyfish Dream. Oh, look, here's one more. I'm keeping this baby too. This one I have because when I was working on my pineapple, I cut the fabric wrong. Instead of cutting it across, I cut it this way. And then I thought that was so cute, I had to do something to it, so I framed it out. So that's going to go on my wall too, I think. It's cute, right? It's tiny. So anyway, back to the knitting. Full Moon. It's a gradient and it's going to this light color. It is riding around in my Whimsy Stitches bag with my little sheep on it. This Whimsy Stitches is on Etsy. And that is the only other thing I have knit on. I take that back. I did knit on some socks while I watched Avengers Infinity Wars. But they're in a bag back there, and I'm not going to go get them. They're stockinette vanilla socks. It's nothing you haven't seen before. Although the yarn is spectacular. It's a sock blank from Twist Fiber Studio. You'll see when they're done, or next time I record, and then you'll see how pretty they are. They're like a rainbow, they were tie-dye sock blank. Super pretty. Let's see. I got myself some sock tubes cranked by Freckled Whimsy. And I know some people are against it. Some people complain. They say, well, you're not knitting the whole sock. Blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear it. Okay? As fast as my child is growing, if I want him to have some socks, this is a good way to go. This particular pair is going to be for him. It is Unwind Yarn Company. Spring in the Smokies. I'll have to just take it apart. Put two toes, 2 heels, and 2 cuffs. Ba-boom, he's got socks. I also had some more, this one is Fishnets. It's a black and gray striped. This one is from Oloops. It is Nargles. I have Dancing Dog Dye Works. This one was the Save the Puppies. It was a fundraiser colorway. This one is going to be Christmas socks for me. It's Candy Cane. And then I have this one for Moon Holler, which is Like a Lady, which is a reference for the Lady Volunteers from UT. I got these particular colorways cranked because most of them will either part of them or all of them go towards gifts. I know some of them, like I had her crank the entire skein, so I'll use contrast yarn for heels, cuffs, and toes. And so for the ladies ones, I'm pretty sure I can get 2 pairs of socks out of a tube. If nothing else, I can get a regular pair and a short pair. That's my plan. These will be some some gift knitting. Thank you, Miss Freckled Whimsy. I couldn't pass that up. I have not had much of any knitting mojo. However, I do want to get some socks done for gifts. And I decided this was the way to do it. Couldn't beat it. So, you can go hit her up. She's on Etsy, Freckled Whimsy, and she was having a special where if you pay to have 5 cranked, the 6th one was free. So check it out if you're interested. If you're not interested and you want to complain about it, go complain about it somewhere else. Thank you. I'm amazed at how I know I shouldn't be amazed, but I'm amazed about how judgmental some people are about these things. Anyway. Now to the stash enhancement. And there actually is some. I've been to 2 fiber festivals since the last time I talked to you all. And not only that, my knit crate for June is here. I showed you my knit crate for May. That was the last time I recorded. So this month, the theme was ice cream. So the yarn is Vitalana. Colorway is Chewies. This is the most luscious, scrumptious skein. And you get 2. I got 2 skeins. It's so soft. Oh my god, it's so soft. And I love the color. It is softest sock, 75% superwash merino, 15% nylon, 10% cashmere, 437 yards, and you get 2 skeins, y'all. Excuse me. And this is like the basic knit crate that's like $24.99. And you get two patterns also. The first one is Minty Fresh, and it's by Tyga Hilliard, who has Hilliard. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I follow her on Instagram and she has awesome patterns. Here's her name, and this super awesome shawl is one of the patterns. Isn't that beautiful? I would like this shawl. Will someone knit it for me? It's not the kind of thing I usually knit, but I'd love to have one. Maybe I'll have to suck it up and knit that. The crochet pattern is Limoncello, and it's by Kalura Hudson. I have to be honest, I was scared when I saw the colorways for this month, because I was like, don't send me the yellow, don't send me the yellow, don't send me the yellow. They didn't. They sent me the one I wanted, and they didn't know that's the one I wanted, but look, it matches my outfit today. Yay! So super awesome. This is the last of my freebie knit crate shipments. I think I might ask for it like for the next time I have like a birthday, Christmas, that kind of thing. It's been really fun getting them. I really appreciate them choosing me to share these with you. Don't forget, you can save 20% off your first shipment by using Caffeinated 20. And I really have to say, I recommend it. I'm just shocked. I mean, you get 2 skeins of yarn, 2 patterns for the price of really 1 skein of yarn. Because normally, you go buy a skein of cashmere, it's at least $25-30 bucks. And you got 2 skeins plus 2 patterns for $24.99. So, just saying, it's a bargain and it's beautiful. It comes in this beautiful box. So you get like a nice little present. It's like getting a present in the mail. My friend Jill, her husband, bought her this for her birthday, and she has been so enjoying it. So anyway, Knit Crate, go check it out. knitcrate.com. There are all different kinds of knit crates. Like if you want sock yarn, if you don't want sock yarn, there's specialty for indie dyers. There's a variety to choose from. This is the basic one, and I like it. Thank you so much for the opportunity, you lovely people of Knit Crate, if you're watching. I really appreciate it. The other things are things I purchased I went to Kentucky Sheep and Wool Festival and to the I always say Dixon Fiber. It's the Middle Tennessee Fiber Festival. So my favorite purchase was this basket. I got this basket from Twist Fiber Studio, and I've been carrying this thing everywhere. I actually wanted one of the big round ones, and I bought 2 baskets. Here, let me show you. That one over there. See my mess? I wanted one that shape, and I've been using that one for more of carrying things around the house. But this one, I have been taking everywhere. I have found that this was a good purchase. So that was my favorite purchase at Kentucky Sheep and Wool Festival. But I also got some other things. Having kept in mind that I need to, actually the only other thing, let me think. So I got this at Middle Tennessee. Middle Tennessee. Oh. I'm like, what did I get? This is the only yarn I bought at Middle Tennessee Fiber Fair. That's all I bought. I bought 2 baskets and some yarn. I got rock and string. Oh, and some fiber. I don't know where my fiber is. Is it back there? I thought it was back there. Maybe not. I tidied up in here because we had company, and you know, every time I tidy up, I lose things. Do you guys do that? I got some fiber from Two Guys Yarn. It was a fiber I have not spun before. You will see it soon because I plan to spin it during Tour de Fleece. And then this is the yarn I bought. It's Cinnamon Raisin Toast self-striping from Rock and String Yarns, who I love. And I bought this little mini skein because I couldn't resist it. Isn't it pretty? And this was like one of those she was testing dye. So there's no name or anything. It will go in my blankie. There. I had ordered, so I ordered these from the Loopy U because I was looking for I was trying to decide what to knit for my Puck Wedgie project, which I ended up knitting the little hats for. And I had something I thought I might want to knit, but then I didn't. So anyway, for future for future Ilvermorny projects, I now have some red and gray yarn. I didn't have any red in my stash, and it looks kind of pink but it's charged cherry and gray tabby, and they're both from Dream in Color. They're Dream in Color Classy. I love Dream in Color Classy. So I got those from the Loopy U, but then I decided to use stash. Well, the Yarn Pirate was stash. The Unplanned Peacock I got at Middle Tennessee Fiber Festival in Dixon, Tennessee. I also got from Unplanned Peacock this, which is Ruby, and it's a sparkly fingering. It's Twinkle Twist 400 yards. And I got this, which is not sparkly, but it's twisty sock, so same thing, just no sparkles. And it is Titmouse, and so these can be something together at some point. I was trying to work on my Puck Wedgie stash because those are the house colors, and that's my house. And from Deep Dyed Yarns, I got Run for the Roses. I got 2 skeins because they were on sale. So I now have a stash of gray and red I can use for future house challenges or just different things for my Ilvermorny classes. I also got, this was gifted to me. I ended up, my mother-in-law was going to take a weaving class with me at Middle Tennessee, and she wasn't able to come. So I gave a shout out on Instagram, and I had a lovely knitter friend say, hey, I can take that class with you, and she came and did, and she gifted me this also. So this one is super pretty. It's very soft, so soft. And it's 3 Irish girls, and the colorway is Rio. I love this greeny teal into this purple right through there. Oh, I love that. Oh, look, and there's some lime. Oh, look at that. Oh, scrumptious. It was a fun treat because I was being a very good girl and only buying black and red, and she had this in her hand. I'm like, oh, it's so pretty. So this was my thank you for letting her take the class. I hope she enjoyed the class. I think she did. And my one non-red and gray purchase was this. I could not resist this. I touched it and went, oh my gosh. This is Black Trillium Fibers, which I have never knit with before and I have wanting to try. Lilt sock. It's 85% superwash merino, 15% mulberry silk. You guys, I just want to pet it all day. Colorway is indigo. So my husband has developed a love for indigo dyed denim and clothing. And when I saw this and the colorway, I was like, I need to knit something for Sam out of this. Not sure what it'll be. I don't think I'll knit socks. It's probably going to be some form of hat. Maybe the paper bag hat, or maybe a sock head hat, or I'm not really sure. If you have a good fingering hat, oh, you know what? I should knit the fluid beanie. I keep meaning to knit that, and I saw Allie's yesterday, and it looks so good. Maybe that's what I'll knit with that, the fluid beanie. Oh, that would be pretty. But anyway, super pretty. So those are all my lovely stash enhancements. I have brought fabric into this stash. I don't know, I know it's pretty. I don't know who the designers are on most of it or anything, so I'm not going to show that off. You'll see it when I work with it. Yeah. So for July, I am going to take a little hiatus for July, mainly because I want to work on my quilt, and that will take a while. I want to work on my sampler, which will also take a while to get some progress on. And we have Tour de Fleece coming up. So I'm basically planning to work on spinning and sewing for July. And there's going to be some travel and other things going on. So I don't think I'll have a whole lot to offer. Once all the, because it's one of those things where once it's all done, there'll be quite a bit to talk about. But while I'm in the process, maybe not so much. I have a message. Let's get rid of that. Okay. And to be honest, I just need a little break. It's just been a little stressful. Not the podcasting, but it's just been busy. It's not stressful in a bad way. Stressful in there's just been lots of fun things going on. The weekends have been really busy with fun things, and so that will give me a little at least not having the podcast hanging over my head. I felt so guilty that I haven't podcasted until now. So a little break, just a little break. And then first week in August, I have no idea what the dates are for August. Let me see. I got a new planner that starts in July, so I am all ready. I got a happy planner this year. Do more of what makes you happy. I love that. So let's see, July, because July, Aiden is still out of school, so we're doing fun stuff. August, he'll be back in school. All right, so August 2nd, that's a Thursday. There's no school that day. Maybe, I'll just say first week in August, and it may not be until like that Sunday, which is the 5th. Somewhere in there, I will record, and then I will show you in that podcast all the prizes for Hats for Kiddos. You can be knitting them now, crocheting them. I don't care if they're knit or crocheted. Like I said, you can sew them if you have fleece. You want to knit the little fleece hats. That's fine. And then you can start mailing them to me after August, and they need to be to me by October 31st. Let's get a whole bunch done and just shock the heck out of Allie and Vicky and all the kids, so we can warm up all those little heads. I hope you guys are enjoying your summer, taking it easy, happy crafting, enjoy your knitting or sewing or whatever it is you're doing. I'll see you guys in about a month and a half. Bye.